right, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking out this video. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at a service business landing page specifically for dog training, but you can actually apply what we're going to go over today in any service business. And it's important to know this because if you can't generate leads, your business isn't going to be able to survive. And so this is going to help you be able to make better landing pages, create better synergy with your ads and your offers, so that way you can generate those leads. And so if you're new to the channel, my name is DG Funnels. I help businesses grow online using sales funnels and other software integrations. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And oh, before I forget, there is a link in the description below where you can actually get free access to my lead generation training for service business, so you can actually implement this exact strategy in your service business. So feel free to check that out. So I'm here in the editor. I've already done a couple of things to this funnel just to kind of get it ready and prepped for this video. But before we actually start editing this landing page, I want to just kind of give you a quick overview of the research, because you really should not put a landing page together and even launch an offer, think about launching an offer until you've done competitive research. So this is actually for dog training. And what I've done is I just did a quick little Google search to see what are the trainers in my local area offering, so I can try to figure out what type of offer am I going to put together to be able to lure these clients away from them and to me, essentially, if I was going to launch this landing page. So I have a couple of pages open. We're just going to take a quick look. So as you can see here, this one is offering in-home dog training. All right. And then we see some of the headlines and some of the highlights. All right. So the type of stuff that I'm looking for when I'm doing this is I'm looking for a couple of things. I'm looking for color. I'm looking for their offers. I'm looking for pricing. And I also want to click on buttons to see what happens. So when I click this Get Started Now, I want to know where this is going to take me. Okay, so here's their offer. Their offer is to request a free phone consultation with the certified dog trainer. You just got to fill out the form below. Okay, so that's pretty cool, pretty straightforward stuff there. And we saw what type of services that they were offering, and in terms of that. All right, so let's move on. Here we have what looks like probably a chain. So, off leash, looks like they're all over the country, blah, 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 blah. So we see their certifications. We see they got pictures, proven results, right? Okay, look, so free phone consultation. So here we go. This is a part of the service, right? That free phone consultation. A lot of people are offering that. So this is where they talk about what we do, how we do it, 100% obedience. Okay, cool. Now they're also pushing for the phone call, which is fine. All right. So, you call them, they call you. I personally prefer to get the email address when possible, because then you can keep them in the loop. And, okay. So a little bit of information there. Now, have you all noticed something just on the first two that we've looked at? Both of these incorporate the color orange, and both of them had that dark navy blue. So that right there jumps out to me right away with these two pages. All right, here's another page. All right, this one, again, you notice that it has orange. So I haven't owned a dog in probably 25 years. So I don't know what the correlation is. The only thing that I know about dogs in orange would be the Cleveland Browns. So I don't know if maybe orange is the universal symbol for dogs, or excuse me, universal color for dogs. But we could see that orange is a common theme. So any landing page that we're going to do to run ads to, we should probably incorporate the color orange into that. Okay, so this one is educational and effective training. They go over all of the services that they're offering here. Contact us. Okay. All right, pretty straightforward, fairly simple enough. All right, let's take a look at one more. All right, so this one is just a one pager. All right, so no button here. This one is just kind of generic information. And all right, so I'm just looking at some of the headlines here, some of the things that they like to highlight, right? So I like that low cost of ownership. It pays for itself. See, that's a pretty catchy line there. And those are the type of things that you want to look at when you're doing your competitive research. Okay, so now we've done our research. So now we can come into the editor and we want to talk about our services, right? So the first thing we want to do, and obviously, if you're doing this exercise yourself, you can just bounce back and forth, back and forth. So first thing we want to do is that we want to make sure that, I would probably say South Florida, right? Maybe we're serving a large area, right? So South Florida is number one. Let's say we are doing in-home. Let's say we're doing in-home. South Florida's number one in-home dog trainers, okay? And I like this when they said, have the well-trained dog you've always wanted. Let's see here. What was their first headline? Obedience training results that last, right? Professional behavioral specialist. And what were they just said? Dog training. And see, I like this. I like this. Okay, so maybe we would just do that, right? How would you like your dog to listen, let's say, at all times or something like that, right? And then the offer that we have here, and we would probably add phone to this, right? So we would probably maybe do a pop-up or something, or have phone, or we could even put the name in the phone, there. But basically, just enter your email below. Sorry about that. Hit a little wrong button. Let's see here. Enter your email below to get a free consultation. And something that you may want to play with, and what I would do here is that I would actually just come in here and I would just make this a little bit smaller so that it stays on one line, doesn't throw off the spacing. Okay. What I would do is I would maybe look at playing with that word and maybe try to find something a little bit more creative that really kind of separates it from the competition. So instead of consultation, what I may say is get a free, let's see here, I may say get a free assessment. All right. I would probably do something like that. Like, hey, why don't you get a free assessment on this? Okay. And the other thing that I would point out too, that not a lot of these landing pages represented. Now, the term that I searched was just dog training. But if you're a dog trainer and you're running, paid ads, right? You have to really, and this goes for any service business, you have to really think about what is your customer typing, right? So maybe they're typing dog trainer, maybe they're typing something that's very specific. So like if we go back to one of these pages that really, for example, look at all of these behaviors, right? So pulling the leash, not coming when called, darting out of open doors, hyperactivity, destructiveness, aggression, nipping, fear, jumping on people, right? Like these are all search terms that you would be looking to run ads for. And what you would want to do is that, let's say it was pulling on leash, right? That was the search term and that was the ad I was running. Then I would come into this landing page and I would actually change this to say, how would you like your dog to stop pulling your leash, right? To stop pulling the leash, right? So those are the type of things that I would be looking to do. And that's why, again, I prefer funnels to websites, because with a funnel, I could literally copy and paste this page and have an individual page running for all of the different behaviors, so that when somebody lands on this page, it's so laser targeted to what their pain point is, versus going to one of these other pages where it's very generic and very general. That's really the advantage that you have in terms of utilizing a sales funnel for your service business, and utilizing this type of landing page builder. Okay. So here we go, right? I'm just going to scroll down. This is where you would put any type of credentialing. You would just go ahead and put that credentialing there. And here we go, right? Never worry about doing this or that ever again, right? So we would say what? Never worry about your dog pulling the leash again, right? And then we just do a little blurb on that. We just do a little bit of blurb. We put in a little picture and a little image there or whatnot. This could be a pain point image of a dog pulling a person, or this could be an image of a trainer. That's totally up to you, right? And then here we get into our benefits. So this is something interesting because there's two ways that you can go with this. Okay, so you can actually type in the benefits of the training here, right? And if we go to one of these other pages and we just kind of look at what are the benefits, so you could say proven results, pro trainers, those are two benefits, right? And then we could say this: 100% obedience, 100% off leash, 100% distraction proof. Again, do not just copy verbatim. You just want to model it and just draw inspiration from it. Okay. Now, for the purpose of this video, I would just copy and paste this over because I'm not actually launching this for real, and this isn't my niche. I just want you all to get a visual of that. So that's one way to do it, is that we can actually list the benefits. The other way that we can do this is that we can list the steps. And if we're offering a free assessment, then we can actually talk about the assessment that we're going to perform and how that assessments work. So instead of this being benefit one, this could be step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And if we want to do an assessment, then what I would actually recommend is that we would put a little headline right here, and we would craft a really awesome title for that, and give it some type of proprietary sort of name. Like we would maybe call it the perfect 4-step dog assessment, and we would just tell them what that assessment includes. And what we're doing with that is we're really building up hype and intrigue for the offer, so that the assessment really becomes something that they feel like they can't live without, that their dog training experience or research would not be complete if they didn't have that assessment done. So again, those are the two ways that you can approach this. You can list the benefits, or you can list the steps. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and quickly copy and paste in here, and just show you how quick we can just whip something up in terms of getting this page pretty much mostly built out. All right. And in case you all are wondering about graphics and pictures and stuff like that, if you don't have pictures of your own, then all you have to do, you could just go to Canva, and that's Canva, canva.com, and you can grab images there. There's a lot of free stock image sites and stuff like that. For example, this image here is a stock image. And when using stock images, what I would just sort of caution you against is make sure you don't grab something that's too crazy over the top. So typically try to find images where people are not looking directly in the camera and have some outlandish type of expression or anything else like that. Those pictures, they're too stock. People see them from a mile away. They don't like them. They don't really perform well. So try to get something where the person is, their face, you can see their face in the camera, but their eyes are looking away, almost like a live action shot. And they can have an expression, but just make sure it's nothing wacky or over the top. Okay, so we covered that. Here we would just drop a little testimonial, right? And we could put the client's picture. If we have a video testimonial, we just swap this image out for a video instead. And then here we have our final little section before we get to the company info. Okay, and so for this little section here, and see, this is something that I want to come back to, because if you do benefits here, then you can do the steps here, right? So if we're saying, hey, I'm going to list 4 benefits, then in this section, I would probably list the steps in terms of that assessment. So, hey, get your free assessment, blah, 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 blah. This is step 1, step 2, step 3. Conversely, if I hyped up the assessment here, then I'll probably list 3 benefits down here. So that way you cover all bases, right? And then we have, what are you waiting for? Let's see, book your free assessment, right? book your free assessment now. And that's pretty much it. And then we could just, again, we would put step 1, step 2, step 3. Now, of course, we would change out all these colors and theme it the right way so it all makes sense and has a great flow. But that's pretty much it. I mean, that's how quickly you could pump out a landing page and just be able, just be ready to rock and roll and start generating leads. One thing that I want to touch on really quick before this video wraps up is buttons, right? So call to actions. Call to actions are huge. I'm not a big fan of get started. For example, get started now that really doesn't tell me anything, that really doesn't move. The best call to actions are the ones that basically are affirmations for your traffic, right? So this is what your traffic is thinking. Yes, I want my dog to listen. This is the affirmation. So the best call to actions are affirmations for the result that they want. So yes, I want my dog to listen. Yes, I want my dog to stop pulling the leash. Yes, I want my dog to be obedient. Those are all of the type of things that I would look to use and test in terms of these call to actions. And again, this is something that can be quickly edited. So we could just quickly say, yes, I want my dog to stop pulling the leash, right? And boom. Now our call to action matches our headline, matches our offer, which is the free assessment, right? And again, I would add some type of number to that assessment or something to really create some intrigue. Like maybe we would make up something called, say, like the leash pull test or something, right? Take some type of quiz, because people love quizzes, right? Take a quiz now to see how trainable your dog is, right? Get a free assessment to determine if your dog is even trainable. I mean, like something that's really going to blow people's mind and grab their attention, right? Because what if you're looking at all of these things and you're like, whoa, I'm going to pay someone a couple $100, but what if my dog isn't even what if they're not capable? And I know that sounds crazy, but again, you just want to create curiosity. That's all you're looking to do to get them to opt in on these pages, is to create some type of curiosity. So that pretty much covers it for this video. Thanks for checking it out. There is a link in the description below to my free service business lead generation guide. You can go ahead and check that out. And I'll just basically break down all of the steps that I did here, so that way you can actually replicate this on your own. And again, thanks for checking out the video. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and turn notifications on. That way you can get notifications every time we release new content on this channel. And drop a comment below. Let me know what strategies you all are using on your landing pages, and let me know what services you're offering, and maybe we could do a video for your service here soon. So until the next time, peace.